This podcast is a conversation with my colleagues from the Department of, Education. And we have shared opinions and insight about different things ranging from our job to politics and a lot. Before we go there, just a quick mention of my sponsor. Dito yung podcast kat isagsagot ko na kayo ti MONAPHLORE's Poultry. So MONAPHLORE's Poultry offers egg or sells egg within the locality of Mankayan. If you're interested, you can contact them through their Facebook page, MONAPHLORE's Poultry. They also sell rabbits and ducks. If you're interested in those things, mabali na kontakan nyo sila through their Facebook page. Also, sinay podcast kat inisponsoran di Cyspace Tech. Cyspace Tech kat man repair si computer, software man when hardware di dahil sa computer yung mabali na repair nanda computers and laptops of course. Kat no adi may dawa may yung dahil computer da i-offer da the home servicing, so you can contact them through their Facebook page and they will go to you. Also, you can like and follow their Facebook page so you can be updated with the tips and tricks on fixing your computer. Also, this podcast is sponsored by Millennial TECH. Millennial TECH can repairs electrical appliances, and they are located at Abatan, Bugyas, Benguet. So if you're interested or at dati pa repair you can visit their Facebook page to contact them, or you can see them or visit them at Millennial TECH electrical appliances shop located at Kobo building at Abatan, Bugyas. So without further ado, let's go to the podcast.
Okay, so
Dito na. Ikaw man dito ako.
kita
Na-question na rama dito na.
mayat. So with kadagajag dengdengag kanagbubuya with I'm with Surgeon Irvin Kis-ing, may kamanong around dito yun.
Mampay, binmayag samat din.
And of course, our good friend here, Sir Ryan Espinosa. Niya ka din jay kunak nga damaga kon. Awan gayam ti damaga. Let's just talk. Talk me into the process of this. Jay wine mo. Dito yung ikot. Bugnay.
Nagpraktisak. So, bugnay wine. Masayang ti bugnay dito ngay. We do not know how to process. Luckily, ado ti friends tayo mat na nag-isend iti procedures. All indigenous, dagiti materials na nausar from yeast to the fruit. Very simple lang magayap. Crush and boil, then add sugar, nulin mamisen, add yeast,
Jay yeast, jay nya ni ti local term tayo jay. Bubud. Tapos ferment
for dito 3 weeks young.
3 weeks
Kung baga sweet 16.
Anong masasabi mo? Raman naman tapos ko.
Okay, mat di raman na. Pang talaga nga pang kada ito. Pang kada tayo. Nga pang ubing tano day pang ubing kayo medyo karga amti sweet na basta.
Sweet.
Tano day daduma na gamin no habang nasapa pa kaslangayhan kailangan matured na samit. Then ang ganangay
kunak no dyan nasamit nga din nga ikot isujay ka tungkol ng tatay nga kabilang di asukar kailang day no.
Sa bali depende no gamin sometimes when we speak of commercial no kada tayo dahil taste tayo, so yun yung timpla, pero pag commercial nga mas gusto ng mga yung mga bago pa sa wine
nga sila
na yung sweet yung gusto. Nagdatayon nga medyo may kasla medyo iwasan ko yung sweet nga
sa bali jay ko na gamin sa bali mo jay tama naman jay sweet no ko jay after tomorrow medyo mali talk talk about LMS, the online LMS ay kuwatay tata jay magiging method niya kadijay kunada nga kuwatatan ti asynchronous learning kasi nga dapat kumakat haan nga puro nga printed module. Applicable ba nga ta dito iba? Ito'y ayan niyo.
Let's ask the in charge. Jay dati, so ngayon ay tinatawag na let us say that is what they call the pure LMS. Self-learning module.
When you print
Kung tatan, you have to masapula damat ka ti video na or audio. Okay lang di ay, printed ka niya tayo, tamayat nga ron di. Dahil kaslay so ti kaya tayo, tayo awan ti gadgets sa giling ubing nga dadungan na. So nga agsor-sor bida. Ngam tatan, dahil as of dahil kwanti dipid, naka-package, dati printed, dati printed with video, printed with audio. So nga depende no anya ti piliin nyo ijay, depende dahil gadgets ngayon dahil ubing. Iso nga awan ngayon no, tala ni dahil sectioning katawan ti pure nga kunada. So by learner. Iso nga no dahil learner. But with TV so na or with laptop, kasla preferable nga agala nga iso na ti printed at the same time dahil video.
No may so kahit mga sawon jay may sanga grade halimbawa 5 na estudyante ni student number 1 adat cellphone na. So using cellphone jay may samot no da TV na usaron naman jay TV.
Hoy na sa video. Depende man na availability ng Wi-Fi. Jay area. So nga by area man niya. Tayo no alam no maningsan nga day ada kay piman day hotspots nga day area napigsa day signal.
Okay.
Unuhang nga napigsa day signal iso day tikon consider da. So nga rather than that ikwada day radio. Kasla with the audio santo day printed. So nga depende day kwada, depende day learner nga. Kasla ikwada ti tay data yung arupi man nga teacher ko. We are looking forward nga day maka-adal day ubing.
Okay.
Day availability of day kaya da na may provide. Unless hanmat nga kaya tidipid iso nga day pa lang available nga kwan piman ti pamilya.
Di problema rinmigat ba?
Of course. Amo mo tidipid sigurado nga ado nga report naman day ta. Ngam kan may sapay parang let us see matkidi o ibaga tayo nga narigat to no the time na we conduct nag-resume ti learning.
Ada nga jay.
Siyempre kada tayo gawin nga teacher kat awan ti word nga narigat ya.
You have to do it.
You have to do it.
Ada nga jay ko. Ada jay niya tawag niya. Jay offline LMS nga diya nga kasla nga local networking ti ko. Kasla nga jay server aday jay preferably placed strategically jay antenna na tapno nga i-broadcast na ijay ko. Kasla nga wifi nga ma-broadcast locally. Offline di ay nga kailangan nga makakonekta tayo ti World Wide Web. Tapos ijay nga access ang dagijay da ubing dagijay da learning materials. Ikat sila nga interactive nga learning materials tapno nga nalaklakat ti evaluation na. Hindi tinakita nga kasla nga advantage ng samot niya jay evaluation ton.
May data. Ti problema garon can DepEd provide.
Isang samot yung mga kahit ilaklakan data.
Iso nga ti problema ti DepEd isa pa sa padaya ti kwa haan nga plan ti dia isa pa sa padati nya dayon media
jay announcement.
When interview may ganitong plano, may ganyan. Ang funding ma-approve pa rin yung funding ngayon. Next year pa yan tapos na ang pandemic.
Tapos nga mabaling nga malpas anyat kalit tayo datayo kano ti Delta. Tapos
nagrugrugi pa lang.
Tilas na kanong order nga ikat jay Z. Zombie. Nga mabalinsa nga ko di ay mabalinsa. Tikas lang nga makita good di ay. Iso jay pagbagada jay ICT yung iya ramidan ti proposal nga yang ko mo na discuss yan jay meeting yun sa may ramidan ti may ramidan proposal na tapno at least nga iso ti padason tayo nga ramidan ta uray amin sa tatangay ket kas lang i-require nga kasi nga less on printed modules ta kasla jay istoryan tayo nga nga mas nagasgasto pa jay ag print ka ti modules ngam jay nagi-print tayo ti libro. Wen. Ano alalaan nga ikat dapat kumakot na ipiprintan amin nga libro. Ang gana tatamanon nga tawon ti kay Tupol.
Dati interview ko ni Briones, handak kanu nga mabalin nga i-distribute amin nga libro ta ada iti nya day parang I forgot the term. Synonymous to reinforce parang stock nila. In case of in case of kurang buffer. Buffer stock. Sabi, during the discussion sa Congress, I remember the answer of the good secretary. They cannot give all the books because it is required by law that they will have a buffer stock.
How can you have a buffer stock nga awan pa iti na-distribute?
Dan sa problema nga day no kukuha mi day kwanti day bagbagam tatay nga may area. Nawas parigan area di ba dati kaya na liay masapul day diameter naman lang. Day diameter nga kaya na diay. Saka at the same time day magapuan nga day module day provider day ipurpurwak day jay. Tay i-consider mo nga within that area kat there is a high school at dati elementary at dati kwa kat han mo nga i-address lang ida elementary. You have to address amin ida nga lugar. So kung ti pagmayatan na ida ti pagmayatan na mat ida no ada kay day balayo kat nakakwa kay ti within the diameter within the radius na. I mean the radius when tama ka. Day kasla nga nakakuha kay Jayan. Automatic nga nakakuha ka amin. Anya man nga ipurpurwak da. Ikuha maris receive mo. Ada nga day bagbagada gamin nga automatic piman day nga kasla nga yung pasok damat lang tilipid commons nga naka video day naka automatic nga day nga after day video ko ta dati assessment. After day assessment matlang day assessment akot jay answeran damat lang jay makita da nga daw ma-assist. At the same time may evaluate no kasano ti self learning module no kasano ti pan nakaawat na ijay nga dawis. Isu nga nagmayat nga ko mano kasjay. Nagmayat nga no kasi imon monitor tayo lang. Ikakwa tayo siyempre enroll tayo isuda at the same time maka siyempre as a teacher ket masapol naka-income lang ijay tapno. Wano oray haan man nga naka-in at least nga da ka nga mang assist. So nga mayat nga idea nga ti problema kat ko kas lang ay offline di ay limited lang day information nga ipurpurwak na
sikamat lang ti mangikabil dati lang alaam ijay send alaam from the internet no dati resource mo from the internet ikabil mo ijay so ngas lang ada nga ti laptop nga ngas lang nga reserve nga iso ti server na kumbaga
server ipurpurwak mo lang ijay ti pagmayatan na nga kat ipurpurwak no sikapi man kat ipurpurwak mo lang iti ay yung sikat ti taga-purwak kasparigan iti ay school within the school kasparigan at least as 100 meter radius when ulit as 200 radius na at least maala na day balay so day asidig na mabalin nga apan na lang day igid nga kat ijay da nga may kikunik maala damot day kuha makaadal da ijay
problema ijay karkaro ito'y ayan tayo han nga amin nga ikot padati gadget na so iso nga
hindi, ganito, tanong mo lang. Yung request natin ng load, ilang taon ng pandemic? More than 1 year?
Ini kan tantangan. Isang order pagbagan.
Isang garod. Yung load na request natin, it took more than 1 year. Load lang doon,
Load niya.
Na very simple lang na you give the money to Smart or Globe, then pwede ka nang mag-facilitate. Problema ngayon, you will be talking of equipment, installation. So that is more than expensive.
And the one teacher knowledgeable how to.
So ibig sabihin, that is a very good plan. That is a very good teaching aid.
Ayun.
Plan. Very good plan. We're waiting for the possible
Yung problema
The implementation.
if we implement
Very-
that, baka mag-retire na tayo saka ma-implement yan. But I hope na even with or without the pandemic, mai-implement ko man data.
Sa tinangkayatak ijay isumat imantik pa kani ka. Big appreciation to shout out to Sir Eric Wanson. Very dedicated in providing trainings. And may iba gamon na he did his part. Like syempre ipa-training mo dagi jud ag kita ti other resource speaker na from other dagi jud ICT yung ti region mo lang. Talagang ibirok dahil man tapno matrain dagi jay teachers isuya kalkalpas nga training 4 days training day how to pangay ngay ti problema lang nga talaga iso ti kung kunakmat lang mayat no habang araramidon tayo dayto habang ada ka jay training adan ti materials mo tapno ngay
Nga law of disuse.
law of disuse at the same time
ma-practice mo.
haan tayo nga we are not the same in way of learning ada ti kasanungay no amin tapos naman kayang tasyakot talaga nga zero active networking computer zero knowledge siya ang kung amo dagi jay isumat lang ti problema kung dikit kita ay ta kasano nga tanga hopefully ngay kat ada ti kakadwa nga mang tulong kunda tayo nga mang kuay jay so jay usto jay bagbagam nga mayat lat tagayam do kas lang medyo ada ti negative impact na din doy wada di udom ay from other courses other than education nag-alat ti 18 units and then nag-apply nga teacher. Di ba? Tano, at least, halimbawa, computer programming, programmer. Nalpas iso na ti IT, kat agalat 18 units na takayat na nga gisuro. Mayat lata nga dati kasi nga mainayon in the mix.
Tap na makatulong. Isa
Tap na
na ti
tumulong.
balin nga resource person iti in term of one.
Dati nurse ko nga nag 18 units kasi
Isa ti in term of health mod.
when attorney nga nag 18 units at least adati ka.
Ang kitak ngayon paiso day program na nga day kat kaslamayat ngayon no. Day lang problema day kat day ko. Day may isang among appropriate ay rescheduling ngayon day ko. Day airy da. Siyempre masapol i-reschedule mo ngayon no pang grade 1 at that time masapol ibabagada tap no grade 1 lang ti agwa although dagiray daddo makot miki boy-boya da lang miki kakwa da lang narigrigat nga iti monitoring na. So possible na di kat mayat day han nga pure nga pure online di masapol adamat lang day adamat lang day printed module tapno ay ijay mo nga may base day learning da. Ta oray no ijay da kas parigan nga answeran mamon monitor mo ijay nga day kwa mat mo tayo ti panag-adult ti ubing kat tahan lang mat nga hearing they have to use senses tapno kasla.
How do you ijay kwa? Ijay multi-grade nga school yung syempre narigatay ko natin yung word multi-grade niya. Ngayon idi nagrugi day nga din ngayon especially jay non-readers kasanong nga na-equal yun na-implement yun jay modules yung non-reader jay mang-receive. Syempre printed module yan hindi mababasa oray pa yun ba interactive module ngayon katanda nga mabasa nya tikas lang strategies nga ma-share tayo karagili kakadwa nga dungdungag ka nagbuy-buya nga mabaling nga naaramid yun.
Sikat at least nga ako.
Kadakalan nga talaga titulong ti ko ay parent. Kasi no kadataw lang cannot engage physically
Tabawal.
Oray no tawagan. Kung minsan hindi naman pwede ang voice call.
Voice call. Walkie-talkie.
Hindi yung
Video call.
video call, yeah.
Okay.
Kasi wala nga gadget and most of the disadvantaged families.
Yeah, especially in area.
So, it is very important lang din sa traditional concept tayo ngayon nga tribal setting. That the problem of one will be the problem of all. Kasi yung
And
support
together we are going to solve.
support system ng community, if the parent good kung yung parent able to read and write.
Yeah.
At least they can assist the children. Worst case scenario, if the immediate family want the non-reader, at least if the community can help. So, doon talaga ang pinapakiusap. And first thing first, that we need to ask the support of the stakeholder before you give the module. Habang bumaybayag, amot-emot nga habang bumaybayag, medyo umamot ti stakeholder eh.
So, syempre, panunutom mo niya, pangalaam, ti ipakan mo ti anak mo.
Okay, correct.
Iso nga, mo ngay nga, medyo nasakit ang man mo nga mapabasa ngay, dati mga ibaga nga, bumingay kami kadalisin.
So, na rin. Dati hindi sinabi man nalitay kaslay, so dat nagtiko.
Sa dati ng trabaho tayo.
Yan mo, kas na nagbalin tayo nga monitoring lang.
ang hindi nakita, dagijay na mga ibagbagay, though we understand your plight, ang pagiging teacher, most especially, kapag nasa public ka, 1% lang samot niya, diyan pa nag-isuro. There are a lot of things that the teachers are doing nga hanmot nga naiitid kanda kayo nga ikot lang di pa ng view ka. Though no teacher ko nang kumakot, tikas la ko mga biggest biggest percentage ita trabaho na ko diyan pa nag-isuro.
80% no ikaw tayo jay designation tayo. When designation ko dapat ko mga mostly kas lang ay nga medyo makuan tayo. Overlapping na yung mga nagagawa. No, in term of teachers kuamat akot ka. Ante yung may bagatan di could kuan nga you're a teacher you're teaching the same time as a person. Day ka sa pula mo day day ka sa komunikasyon mo matlang in terms day da ngay banbanag nga no awa-awanan day ubi o no may kuam day ko han mo ngay nga may kuamot ang abuy-buyaan iso nga ano alalaan ngay kat kasla ngay matlang agin innala mo sumot day teacher kat mapagbigay mat da kita handa mat nga basta-basta nga not all the time mat provided by DepEd provided by MOE mga alaala ka mo ti bulsa mga alaala ka ti anyamot just to help jay ubing
kaslangan na innate di ayon niya kaslangan nature on ti teacher
nagbalin nga nature although it's not a part jay pinirmaam nga as tao nature mo ti tao nga kasi nga tumulong no kita mga kwa
iso jay adati ko speaking in connection to your jay wag mo na ita sa mga ada nga jay research ti DOST 2 weeks ago nga nabasa kaya nga lahat daw ng teacher, mostly ng mga teachers, sila ang galing sa bulsa nila mismo yung pinambibili nila ng gadgets to help yung mga students nila in teaching. Yung ganun. Sila nga di tools nga ususaron ti teachers for teaching ikot mostly nga ikot galing sa bulsa nila. Or i-compare tayo sila nga ti kabaitan nga pang i-compare dito jay police. Hanmot nga police ni Manggatang ijay paltug na it is provided sila nga
the issue da
sila nga medyo nasakit nga paisungom no kagamin kunda tayo nga teachers awan ti malpas mo nga trabaho no awan di nga gamit mo so anya ago uray ka pa lang rather than ago uray ka you have to do something so di tigas lamot nga it's a good practice but sometimes it should be minimized but it's a good practice because maipakita nga na tayo nga teachers nga ikot we really love our job we really have the commitment na isuro
in term iti kastakot ko panunutom na lang ti police kat dati laundry allowance da aglaba ti bado da tayo nga di ba dati
hardship mo
hardship adi ay nga
hardship is subjected to availability of funds
at saka hardship kat not all schools it's only given ijayda identified nga talaga nga hard post area the hard post school nga
explain mo man di ko nga magigets nga peso kasanuti ko na di ito'y ayan tayo nga division
No, dito gamin kat depende day ko ano day division, tibis da division. So ano isa day ko na ngay day am kano ko it's the only hard ko dito bandang ti Mankayan tay simpre tibis
Based
da.
on radius.
Oh, I don't know anya day 50 kilometers samot day.
Radius from division office. Dati radius lang.
Ngam isu da dia nga trabahador. Isu nga no apan nagbisita da giday da no apan nagpa-share taga region. Possible nga hard ko ano da ijay. Adan sa ti ko na dia, adan sa ti tano day school head nga ikot. Iday apan nakot at least nga nakaapan ti 7 days ijay ko. Tay da nga ti identify nga kwa dito ayan tayo. Ngam no da tayo mo dito basis tayo sa akot dito district office ngam da tayo magkatawan ti district office tayo iso nga day base da old
nga district
office tayo iso ti na bisan na tano tatakot although district office di Mankayan National High School ngam antayo nga mo no kada ita because LGU funded mat di antayo pa nga mo no kasano nga at least mat nga improvide da pi man.
The question ko Jay, no, if it is based on radios, so in this regard that the INJ access mo, say for example, if you are going to take the radius from the center point going outward, alanta tilas igan, mabalin nga sila ganyan. Ngam the terrain was not reflected on the radius.
Kaya na yung Lasigan,
the access was not reflected on the radius.
Kung titignan mo is pinakamahirap in terms of accessibility.
Yes.
Lasigan yon. Pero kung titignan mo yung mga allowances, the same yung mababa ang allowance ng Lasigan.
Di kwanti ko ay kat depende man na di national road. Na maningsan ko ti bisday day kwan nga ti national road. Iso nga kita nga dito may isa dito kat no panpanon kat that is already a national road. Iso nga ko dapat no kasano napan dita ti access nga madamat kindi day adu nga gamin day kwanti hard post area gamin ada day hazardous area ada nga day classification na day at least no 10 meters away from the kwa nga hangay nga kwa day lugar na you have to agwa ka nga ti public utility vehicle at lakas jay or magmagna ka lakas day so makit-kitam dita nga banda kat almost agpada mat tigiwang kamanpagay kun Lasigan kat
almost agpada
andadan sa gamin ti usuy ko na mga day terrain handa nakita nga day terrain kun day almost half day from Lasigan to from kamanpagay to Lasigan and yet agpada wanta day error kwada siguro
day nga may reflect di
tibin mabanti well for how many years nga maki dibati tatikas panggok nga dito
sika lang ano siya
iso Lasigan daw parang na ano siya sa distance from the division office or radius nga sinasabi natin kanina. But then na-include siya because of the terrain.
Oh, so there was a consideration.
Yeah. Kulalo also because of the hazard
area
hazard mapping issues.
Apa niya ti hazard yung paglalo?
Sinking.
Yeah. If those who are listening and watching handal mo, Jake Kulalo was, if you search on the news, dati time, when was that? 2000 nga nag-sink jay school ti Kulalo. So it is considered as a hazardous area because we don't know baka there kalma time nga ag-sink ti intercom. No, God forbid.
It's July 1999.
I guess, yeah. July 1999.
So, day old nga memo kot ko, no, dahita 10 kilometers radius from the district office. Ada nga tikas la 15% of your salary. Namat mga 15 habang umat nga to ng gana 25% iti salary. Na iti maximum or ayan nga iti kadayon na.
25.
Na 25 kilometers. I mean kat 25% of your salary iso lang dito mabalin nga kaslay ko ada nga day. Hard push nga di. Iso nga no dito'y gamin nga kamanpagoy, Lasigan, giwang, day daduma pa ijay kat. Medyo nawadwad ti alalan dati at the same time multi-grade. Day multi-grade allowance at this hard push.
So, parang ngayon, naku-confuse na ako ngayon. Parang anong nangyari dun sa, di ba, iba ang hard post, iba ang multi-grade. Ngayon, parang in-merge.
May sada.
Tapos walang nag-increase.
Actually, kitak na other division team, other division kas labinggit lang eh. We can consider that ay hard post kan multi-grade allowance. Dahil dumangay kat. Ang kuha mo, multi-grade allowance lang. Dahil dumakot. Hard post lang.
Katantay pa nga mo, no? Baka dapat mas narigrigat kiti access na school.
Kaya ngayon, sinasabi ko nun na tanggalin na lang lahat yung mga allowances na yun.
And then put it in the salary.
So, subjected naman yun sa, subjected rin naman yan sa availability of fund at saka discretionary ng,
ng division.
Ng authority.
Yeah.
Gawin na lang 5 pesos per head, per teacher.
Santo tatakot kitak day baro kami mo ko ya. Ang kuha mo no, it's already approved ng kakuan mat ni ma'am pa. Di duwa nga ko secretary kan under secretary. Nga isa pasap danda sa nga amin nga pa 25%. Iday time at pandemic. Baka subject for availability of fund manon. Iso nga inkwada di ay. Iso nga ngayon na bawasan ngayon di papel nga rarami dun tayo. Di ba agaramid tayo, kuha tayo pa ijay biometrics. Santo at the same time day biometrics, day manan DTR. At the same time dawal ba day kwa idlar. But adu-adu but to tatagamin nga chimpuan kat inikat dan day biometrics ya po day possible kwan itik kwa disease, spread of disease nga day COVID-19.
Yes, COVID-19.
So, you can consider dalang day may sayan nga Form 48 at the same time jay lang ngay ko. Jay lang han mo nga napananday school. Iso ti ramidam lang ti idlar mo individual plan mo ijay ko nga di. So at least na day trabaho.
One must also remember, we have chosen this job. Pinili mi rito nga trabaho. We're not complaining, we're just stating the fact. Nga uray no log out ni teacher ijay eskwelahan.
Yawid na niya trabaho.
Agtatrabaho latay dayta ijay balay na. That's one of the bittersweet experiences of being a teacher. Mayat agbalin nga teacher. Talaga agdangdangag nga kahit nang agbalin nga teacher. Mayat agbalin nga teacher. So if you want to become a teacher, tiga po na nga kahit kung kaistoryan da Manong Ryan ka ni Irvin nga dito. Especially so with Manong Ryan, Sir Ryan. I want to compare yung kasi idiin maya kung dito 2016 di nag-apply at the public na ikat sa bali ang ti climate niya. I want him to share yung experience mo as a teacher 1 kasano ba karigat ti idi apply ka pa lang.
Narigat it takes a year.
How long naging applicant ka?
Yung kwan, yung
sa T1
as volunteer ka ba isa?
Volunteer for about a year, a PTA paid. Then afterward, say MSB paid.
Manot
mga 3 years.
Manot ma-receive
MSB paid kat 5,000.
A month.
A month.
Ay, da kayo tinangdanon ti kuangin matuan na.
Well, kung nga mo tingin matuan.
Dapat 3,000 pa na
5,000 a month, then afterward, hindi na permanent tiyak. Dahil katumbas naman kidi kat just basit mat kidi kas lalang 9,000 gamin na permanent tiyak teacher idi. That was to 2007.
2007.
Gloria Arroyo yun, no?
So nga malagip ko pa lang dahil ko na dahil di nga glorification na eh.
Glorification. Pa 10,000.
Ano mo na 10,000 or 5,000 na December di ay lahat na comparing to di kat isugayam di ay ko talagang
ti salary ti grade ti teacher 1 in 2007
9,999 so they know MSB ka that is 5,000.
Isong balik kas na 4,000 lang di difference.
Nagringat idi. No, agap-apply kati ko. Tay nagkataon ngayon, nagad-ado ti aplikante idi. Santo day pa nag-apply mi ngayon idi kat district office. Different
At the
kind
whole
of,
district.
And ijay kami nga may interview. At dadagi day da lit as si dagi day da duman nga kuha ka no. Dagi day da observe. And no maningsan yung kaagbibit ijay what dati pa kanta nagkataon lang ang music teacher gamin jay ko iso nga pagbiton na kapakantaon na katibayang magili talaga ngayon kasla
Looking at it in a hindsight, reasonable ba?
reasonable maybe at that time tadi mostly da ngayon kat day kaslakit kita naman kidya depende day panagkuan nga iti may sanuan niya ti pananggits na iti knowledge ti may isa nga tao tadi ay nga ron kat re-retiran na ka so
Parang walang criteria. It is subject to the
ada criteria ng kasla depende kin kan as a interviewer no how are you going to do it. There is one principal at that time he talk about something kasla ngay ti question na ijay kat no anda makita mga kubra anya ti aramidom just kasla nga lukloko if you are going to think it kasla ngay it burst na day amom no how are you going to react at that moment no anya ti aramidom nga possible response mo iso nga dakin ka asan kuano kasano ka nga response ta iso nga kasla day ko na mga awan ti ko at the same time day ko practical very practical they are in a gender situation apang kay jay eskwelaan how are you going to respond kasla nga a simple question seems nga baliwala lang but actually you could dig ngay day kapanunutan day tao nga how fast he react how fast nga kasano decision making that is kasla something so nga no maningsan ko dagi day pa kit dit agin interview nga at least they have they sense da ngay tadi kit kitan na nga rod ijay kat jay ko
In question na kan sigate.
nga siya
Tanda nga may amok mantin sumbat mo.
Tanda nga may question hanmot nga siya may question
Amok mantin sumbat mo baka no if you meet a cobra while you're going to the school, what will you do? Only one word, sir. Pulutan.
Hindi ay tiko ang titao nga po. It's already a blessing But dati masida iti.
Isupay nga mainayon ni Jay Balon ko.
Natin yung natin karon piman makuan da no kasano ti pa nagkwam. Kasla nga simple question but at least the interviewer makuha na nga no kasano ka nga agkwano
how will you react
o kasano are you going to take that as a danger or you take it as a blessing or you take it as a part of learning kasla kasi nga depende nga how you address the problem the situation
since you took it as a blessing that's why hindi ka 10 years nga 3 years ko lang niya
actually kat adu da pa iti 10 years lagi day ko api man gapong day ka adu mi idi iso nga biri ko kayo pa lang at pag umay kayo kat basiton basit ti aplikante di masit nga at that time nga gamin ko basit nga iti retire ay medyo talang kuha na kami umay kayo imado day nag-retire so nga kuha nyo pa dagi day daddo makit-kitak to pay kat bakit dapi manon nga kuha no maningsan kat dati 45 kat isong orti mosli nga kat of tayo idi taga po dito ikwan TGSIS nga at least nga 15 years ka na kuha tapos to become a fully member TGSIS so nga no kuha ikakuha daday 45 no maningsan pi man kat iso dati papauna lagi ito yung naka-rank nga muna kat medyo agree understanding lang
so jay kad ado yo jay nga kat and at the same time jay interview nga din nga kunam nagrarok leta as an applicant iman if you especially so if dati padpada ka medyo ag-nervous no ma-interview nagraraok data nga rik na and then you meet a question like that
the difference in jacket ko like for example 50 kayo nga uray uray yung ani Di timang pa-nervous kung
The span of time.
Exactly.
Span of time nga mang
The
uulan.
agony of waiting is real. Agpaiso.
Tapos kwa, tapay lang norumor da ijerum kot ada agsang sangit, ada ti nagre ti rupa na.
Adamat lang enjoy time mo, sir.
Ada di matlang dagi day da agriti kwada, ada matlang ti istorya nga nya ngay kanudi nga interview, ada matay imbag katanan surak, ada matay nagdorview sak kidi kat hangko kuha na ansuran. Iso nga talaga nga kwadi.
Anya ti ijay kwa, ijay based on your personal experience. Anya ti kaslang nga nagrigata as a teacher applicant during that time. Those early 2000s, late 1990s nga di nga time.
Ayun ay nagrigatan nga
When di
as an-
kaslang nga pinaka narigat nga
General experience.
when in general experience mo as a teacher applicant.
jay lang matkiti, jay kabayag na.
Mm.
At the same time, no, aplikan kagamin kat everything kat masapol you have to do it. Ay hangkang agsukir na
Jack of all trades.
masapol ngay no, dati paramida, masapol ngay by all means kat you have to do it.
With flying colors.
Medyo makwada ko mo. Not like tatanga nababalin pa ikat.
Diretso ti wagwagam ma.
Nababalin pa ikat at dati nasulpeng. Dati nakuha nga applicant but tayo nga makuha di ay tayo agsukat nga ron ti situation. Santo at the same time han mo nga mo piman nagapuha na di ay sa kanto interviewin pa ila. Din na possibility kat sabalit answer na king ka tayo sabali nga ron ti nagapuha na nga situation han mo pa nga pinatugaw han mo pa nga pina-refresh basit. Hangay kitak na itata ti pa nag-interview da kay kat very kwa ngay friendly kat
Friendly,
very
yes.
kwa ngay ta na kwada siguro ni so nga okay lang lagi day kwatatan lagi day barbaro ngay nga lagi day kwat pumasok na kot handan nga kasla they have to do something tat no makwada nga talaga ti mom day ngay at iskan nga agad sir before you will be interview nga kasla idi nga on the spot han mo amo tay no day may sakit ko
Dapat nadamag ko hindi nga kaya as an applicant nga ikot napagka district ka nung ikot. Sige man ta aglang pasok just so check aduyo siguro. Di ngay so people can
Magiging alila.
no.
kidding
Putting it in a worst category pero putting it mildly. Jekad aduda kasla siguro nga kayat dangay nga so people may know my name. Yeah, maybe. Kasi siguro nga kwa
Nada, ado ti naawat nga kakasda. Mostly nga kuwapi man gamin idino kasta ka. Dagos ka nga maawat because di ay ano, day bagbagakot.
Pati na.
Kuwa nga tatanga medyo ngay andan ti panunod ti may sakon at the same time enable din ngay the interviewer at the same time mayat ti interviewer tatanat to the extent nga kasla idi nga
and you're one of them I guess.
jay
Nga again interview you were T1.
no at that time with that time kad ka partly again interview tayo ti T1 ng paper kwatatan paper base
The difference is that nya ko na kanda kayo idi district
district wide
kanda tata
School-based.
nag-apply ka school. Ayun.
school base
Ayun. So kasla nga no sino ti TIC jay like Sir Ryan TIC isunamot lang ti mangikwati ay nga mahal ni district mo lang gayam sa interview yeah.
there was a time interview kan demonstration is kanti school hidden under the other the selection committee tata the interview at the same time the exam kan the demonstration but it's under the quanti division level
Ada jay nya jay istorya na gitu nga the best kayo kano jay ka together with Sir Leo, shout out Sir Leo. Sir Donald.
Maribik boys.
Ada jay kaya nya jay istorya man day ko nya jay district meet nga pangkata-katawa na ti taga Kulalo. And since nandito tayo sa Kulalo, anda dyan mo isang istorya na dito nga sa baseball.
Day kwapi man di ay if you are a coach you have to consider everything
You have to foresee.
foresee
Keyword
the-
foresee.
lagi day the weather at the same time at that time just time nga kwa the foresee ano bigat agtudo isong early weather forecast. Then they have to practice the sliding
The baseball.
and baseball ta ag kuang rugby man agtudo. But
Nagtudo na, pita ka niya.
Almost 1 week or mas kwada nagkakati sliding to the extent nga apan na pay agsakdo nga kargaan lagi day running running lane tapno lang piman agi slide da. But at that time ti I am hanmot nga nagtudo. Iso nga dagito obing ano na slide without siyempre
Very dry,
very dry day kwada ada masugat da makwada ket awan na the puray day first inning akot day very good second inning but here comes akot awanan ata day marik nadan dagi day da kwa depende gamin day ngay no maningsan ket a very good plan.
Nalipatan siguro tikin na alon ti arami doon ni teacher nalipatan na nga baga nga nuhan nga agtuturuan yung arami doon
Kayo kasi slide.
Bagada pimanan but naikwada nga rupit kastoy basta no at least 1 meter kwa
Nag-slide ka yun.
and you have to think nga one the hold the ball ko banggada ita so no ikas jay da extend nga ijay ka baba no una day kwam day saka
makasagay ka jay base
kwa jay base handa ka nga makakuha kasi day latan ti ayam na din force naging kastaan iso nga no medyo kwakot yung kitak mo't piman iday kat ti mayat kat day coach at the same time day school they were there adada ijay agpukpukaw dakot they are really kwan ngay handang ngay nga na nakwa nga uray no ibagbagada nga madiin ti agi slide ngam day during day training kat iso mo team pasok dapi man day ko iso nga
mostly no kasi tinaramid mo ti training experiences
possible
muscle memory
so nga day tinangyari iso nga awan ti mabalin na ayan, experience mo kinding ako. Experience nga mayat nga buy-buyawin.
Fun experiences when you are the DepEd, especially dito yung Mankayan. Adoti fun experiences no off the record ko adoti istorya ni Manong Ryan.
Adita no maning santat we are taking it seriously but afterwards
yes
and we are trying to convey memory na something funny kasi lang ay we are not normal at that time in doing it itatan sa tayo to panunutin nga that time kat ni apay nga hantay nga na panunut day kasi siya nga gayam ni
it is how we de-stress kasi life is very stressful when we talk it again
and then
we refresh it
add a comedy flavor
it is very de-stressful to talk it again very fun and by the way gaya makap ko sa Long Bin ako nga Mankayan Central si Sir Ryan ang nandun and Kulalo
was you
hindi naman
no you're not
bago ako dito
kasi
Mankayan and Kulalo ginawang ayan tanag
powerhouse
sa
baseball
and softball so nung pumasok ako dito magkabangga kami pero
nagkadwa tayo sa trainer si kati coach
for provincial
I see. Pero dito sa district siyempre ganon ang masaklap ngayon naglaylo ang Central wala na silang team
siyempre wala nang lalaki doon
tapos naglaylo ang Lipanto
siyempre hindi ko alam ang baseball
parang duduan lang tata ginawang tanag then Kulalo lang hopefully Balili will.
What is the winning formula when coaching a sport?
Mas matagal siya
based on your experience.
Based on my experience and I am comparing the possible result as a coach
foresee the winner.
Go with the
with
the play.
Akala ko.
I am comparing we have to train, we are lalaki tayo, ag-train tayo, iso tayo pa tinaka on field.
Yeah.
And yet, hanggang second mat. Jay bakit ijay. Jay bakit ijay. Ginawang.
No knowledge.
No knowledge.
No play.
Amo dapay. Anapay nga mo nga ag-train. Napanapay din na minsan nga nag-train or 2 times na they invited me to train. Pero comes siya, nag-champion.
Nakikaraapan.
On the spot nga may kikakwaya. So,
What's the learning there, sir? What's the learning?
sometimes tayo nga kuha na kasano tako na tayo nga we read the rules.
Yeah.
We do the possible
You yourself as a coach know how to play. Yeah.
Hangko na nga mo.
But
At least
you know. Yeah.
at least I could train.
Yes.
May basic knowledge.
Ngamday tao nga nga mo the rules nga mo nga rod kwa nga ag-train. Nga ag-invite pa just to train.
Okay.
Kat apay nga di awan kami kat nangabak na. Isang I don't know no is there's what we call the kwanti ubing the panagkakwa tayo the
During that time, it's the mockery of circumstances.
isang I just don't know if we called it a Disney or what. I just
Destiny. Mockery of
For the record, ano nga kadi nga nagsikan?
Panunutak na ito, hanpay nga mangan nga ag-train nga. Apay nga nag-champ-champ yun. Apay nga siya nga agpaisumat nga, I dedicated in training, I even have it, even Saturday, even Sunday, I have to do it just to train. Mapanid siya, kasi jay.
5 consecutive years kan samot nga nagsiksik second
Talo or upat
sa province, no?
Province yung
Pero dito, were you there during the time nga nag-champion? Yung sinasabi mo kanina.
Anda kami nga duwan. Sideline. Mockery of circumstances nga.
But we are there to help.
You were there to help?
To help.
But then, doon nagsimula.
At least shout.
Doon nagsimula.
In-guide the coach. At least matangay economy kasi.
Kasi doon nagsimula kasi na dumami ang field, yung mga officiating official ng Mankayan.
Yeah.
Ibig sabihin, kasi noon, we do not have an officiating official eh. Ang nag-o-officiate, well, other districts, but then, kapag dumami kasi, ibig sabihin, dumami, 3, 4, 5 heads is better than 1 eh.
Yeah. And all of you are knowledgeable of the game. So, I just can't. Destiny.
So, ano man yung Sunday.
And what you said, mockery of
coaching nga rin, something. I remember duwa nga di, nalaing matiman na sir, napandamot lang karamot, buntok. Kaya handamot nga nakalsot mo't gapuiti, I don't know, niya mati problema, dahil duwa nga school head tata.
But is it a number one as to when we're talking about sport? Is it a number one requirement that you are as a coach knowledgeable of the sport you're coaching?
Knowledgeable in
your
ibig
opinion?
sabihin,
Yeah, knowledgeable. I mean, at least you know how to play, you know how to train people.
Dapat lang ko suppose. Before, adangay day tatalang gamin ngay nga danjay ko. As a coach you have to present nga you are been in training. Kuha ka. Idi nga may tata. Idi previous gamin as long as sikat tinangabak ijay automatic nga sikat coach.
There was no siya kung makurangan na pa tata you presented a certificate that you have a seminar of that sport, particular sport for 3 days. That is not enough.
To be qualified as a coach.
To be qualified as coach. Well, anyway, it's better than nothing.
Well, with your question, sa akin naman, not necessarily you know how to play.
Okay.
But you know how to interpret the text on the field.
What do you
Ibig sabihin, binasa mo. Ganito pala yon.
Yeah, you're reading the rules and then
you are very willing or you know how to let your children perform what you have read. So, sa akin ganon. But then, it is at advantage that you know how to play the game.
One of the best learning siguro nga maadal tayo jay mockery of the circumstances we're talking about. Kay kati ko nang tatay, inalad ka as a trainer. So using networks.
Network.
Okay na. Di ko adapi man at least second or one time nga nagkapa na kay.
Oh, so
Okay, itamkot ko that's ako kat dapat adaking kati technical. At least na
know-how.
mum na giday da kwa. Nagyarig tayo ngay day kwa. At least day kunada nga content, you know the scope of the play.
yes.
Kaya you know how to kwan. Nung naman yung isan nga rukat kaslakas siya. Panunutom day kata one mat iti technical. One mat iso na iti
Application.
one mat iti kwa katapay ngay nga
Nangabak.
katawa lang na there was a kwan before nga kunada pa iji nga disability pan nakaawat na. What it was that term? You have to damot day may sa niya day kunana day may sa.
I-appeal mo.
Right. There was a term nga something wrong, so you have to make an appeal.
Yeah.
Then here a coach nga napan mat niki appear. And yet nangabak mo. So, then no panunutin nga kat.
And to be fair, she's been learning man.
Sa bagay, that coach is actually meron siyang knowledge.
Oh.
Very willing pa siyang mag-spend ng time and money.
Yeah. So tipag mayatan na giday da.
What is very unfortunate, pag nasa game na,
Medyo kabado.
doble ang nervyos. Hindi pa niya alam kung tinanggal niya yung damit niya o hindi eh. Ganon yung nervyos niya.
It's really a mockery of the panunutin ko. Apay nga yung sika
But then, mga programang napiman niya.
Sika ngayon ako sa amumot nga mang control. Amumot ti wada ka na nga mang control ti kwaminjoy. Apay nga eh.
So the success of a coach usually is within the ability. Let's say 80% ng ability ng athlete.
Athletes.
Athlete, yes.
Athlete.
Not 80%, it should be 90%.
No, in
Actually,
terms niya, istoryaan niya 100%.
Actually, the coaching kwamot ko on the spot of the kwakot situational lang di. Situational mat nga you have to make adjustment in the play. At the same time, amom amin dagi da ubing no sinya mati kaya da.
Yeah.
So nga day tayo panunot at ngayon kat amo tayo matinday ubing. Tayo day takot dati kwa na matlang ti arrangement iti batting order.
Yes.
At the same time day base positioning. So apay nga amo tayo mat. Ngam apay nga iso na kat agsalsalod sub lang. Agsalsalod sub lang ante apay nga amo no
Nag-limit na nagyay ubing
among na day kayan day ubing no batter day ubing no day napingsa ti panagbat na or hanggang ijay lang ti panagbat na tapno among day positioning na among day ko na apay nga iso daw ti so nga not wrong. It's really something right. It is. But we could not understand ngayon dahil
Really, the mockery of the circumstance.
Anto nga mo nga dahil siguro situation kat we could not really control the situation.
We just don't know if we are ill prepared, but our opponent is more ill.
No, all of you are ill prepared. But you are worse.
The other one is worse, no?
So nga talaga nga ko nagmayat ti learning iti coaching.
Yeah, and there are a lot of things that we can check in assist ko ni may sanga high school teacher jay combative sports. I don't know no siak mat kaubingan nga datayo ti makiayam. I don't feel the nervousness at all. May salang siguro nga time tinang filak ti nervousness nga pagkita kami ko dangdang ka ngam siak di kinasangok. I didn't feel the ngay to the point as a coach ngay dapat to the point kay nga ay nagmadijay chan ko adikat namin duha ka na nagsiya jaw. Di lang ti ko. That is the worst experience kanyak ijay coaching talagang ako ma-DJ chan ko kiniwer na DJ chan ko agpay sugayam day because I don't feel nervous in terms of public speaking, things like that. Ano pud ngag nervous.
You're a player yourself.
Yeah, but then ijay lang nga nariknak ijay coaching nga day so mo kuno ni Sir Ryan nga takol ti maadal mo ti coaching. And then at the same time you have these anecdotal stories. We can share to other people.
Nanti magkidi nga mo ti situation baka at that time kat ipapati tayo we want to coach them, we want to do whatever possible tapno matrain day bagida but baka day panunod dakot ti biro kun dagayam ko take care or motherly.
Yes.
So at that time nga kat
sometimes
siyempre day ba biro kun dakot day mother ijay so nga mga baabak na because they're doing their
because
best.
they're
And one more thing.
100% support.
Yung fully funded, yung mga itong mga professional teams,
Yeah.
may coach sila to deal with coaching behavior,
Psychological stress.
mga coach para sa strategy, coach para sa different coaching.
Yeah, they're
no?
different coaches, yes.
So at least natututukan sila. Now, when it comes
When you go to DepEd,
us,
there's only one coach.
1-2.
One coach, one trainer.
Ang problema mo pa, yung coach lang nakakaalam. Yung trainer mo, example lang, better ako kasi kung nag-coach, siya coach at least knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Pero may mga coach dyan na siya ang coach, siya ang knowledgeable. Yung trainer mo, yung trainer at yung co-coach mo, wala lang.
How the hell did you call it a trainer?
Parang just to make the
That's not a trainer de, apprentice de.
parang ganon.
So nga kita kat de coaching kat kuat so ni applicable ida da professional players matlap. Tayo no wakot kuan lang han mo nga mai-coach matlang mo day players kat kuadang tay simpre day ka kome de lablaban mo lang kat swerte kan day individual nga turid dangay nga mangkoy jay ko so nga applicable dahil lang ti kaslapan panununtit nga possible na nga applicable ti coaching no dagi day players kat
Professionals.
professional nga players lang no dagi ti kwanti bing kat
You're really there to give support maybe.
just simply support them. Kaya man kan nga pa nagpukkapukaw ijay kas kadag ko kasla lang nagpukpukaw iso na pi man nga nga ro motherly lata. Tayo pa nga mo tayo tops. Yabang pa ide ubing kat. Oh, nagkuha ka ba si kitang kratong maray ka oray ma-out ka at least napakwam day ko. Kunam ijay just habulom lang day point. So ngam awan wat tono ko tang kimori. Isa ngam day pati isa nga damoro yo coach dim. Damoro day possible nga makuada ngay.
The more you're being on the losing side.
So ano pan panunod tong katawan.
Kahit ko nga amo day tanga coach.
Very energetic naman siya.
Yeah.
So nga katawan naman yung pagkitang pa ito ubing kot may bagamon nga ayo. Tigsa day player ko ini comparing na ito alangan.
So you have high hopes.
Time pa ikat ko na mga santo pa lang kastoy. Nagtala extend gayam nga dagi-day gayam tidbis nga tin. The whole binggit.
In the whole of history.
In the whole of
Benguet.
tidbis nga team ijay.
And of course that we credit that to the coach.
Well,
As a teacher, yeah, it's one of the best experiences actually. Having a sports event ngayon katadagay ng pag-inistoryaan. Let's talk about promotions. And I want you to share your experience, Ijay ko. How you came from from promotions.
T1 to...
What are the things that you need looking at your experience and what are the things that you can share so those are aspiring to promote themselves would know how to help themselves. Kunan ni Sir De La Rosa you qualify yourself. What are the things that they need to prepare or advices that you can give?
no as a teacher kat kaya aramidem lang ay kumput with documentation. Everything the my thinking mo nga mausar di ay, but or although you're aramidem without any documentation, awan na tagay ti mangyari. There will be a time na mausar mo ngayon. Will not compete for the promotion at the same time, but when you come at the time nga talaga nga you need to be promoted because you are already come up nga, you are comparing yourself with the other nga na-promote and you are trying to see your accomplishment, trying to compare. That tendency na gamin di ay. Yeah, you have to compare nga the achievement mo with the others nga na-promote. Sa kanto at least naka-ready dagi dayon nga papel nga nalaka nga mabunot nga maisalang.
Document
so,
everything.
They document because doing it without documentation got something although we see it nga we are doing our job, we are doing it, we did do good nga mayat tinarami na dati achievement. We are appreciated in term of they normal lang ako no awan ti appreciation from the peepers. Kasi lang ay kurang tayo kitak ti promotion dito ayan tayo kat pa most especially da tayo ngay nga lalaki kat we are not more on the paperworks.
Exactly.
Dagito ipiman nga babae mas karo dagito da ngay babae nga very good di jay paperworks. Actually they are just preparing it, they are just using the work of others and then trying to collect it and compile it in their document.
Just put a note there, hindi lahat ng mga babae
Yes, no. Dealing ay that dumana, but they are doing it also. But at least in document they are aramidin then here come the promotion. Iso da pimanti may promote. They da duman not seeing they're collecting the others. They gamin trabaho tayo ngay what I mean ikit ko ngay. You no in chair mo day may isang banag, it means to say for being a chairman, it means to say nga as a group. When as a group ngay being a chairman is a group. Actually you could not hangkang nga aramid ti may isang papel nga sikalaan. There's always a group. Iso nga ron nga nakuha ka nga chairperson. Iso nga no day pagka chairperson mo there's adang ay tiko iso nga titinulong ay kita kay gayam day dadumam especially the big school tinulong na there are 5 members tinulong the other one chairman na the other one chairman but actually they are helping one another and then here comes after a year after 2 years they are already prepared their papers day nga so nga nalaklaka kay piman nga babunbun datay adamot ti documents. Uray ko na tayong within the district kat amuda nga trinabahom di ay but without the documents. Di gayam ti kwatatay so nga tayo ngay nga lalaki kat talaga ngay nga kwata no maning san kat aramidan tayo. Pero damat kiti dagiday da duma na nga you could inaramid mo idi as long as adda dagiday da possible ngay nga mang identity may kas lamang kuha nga talaga ngay naramid mo di ay mabalin nga yan tilit mo day kuha with the certification na giday tattao mabalin di ay as long as kwanti approved the school head
as long as walang kikyak
as long as school head mo kat kuha mabalin nga kwanti man.
And we're back. So sinasabi mo kanina
yung antidate it's not actually recommended it is actually illegal.
Okay.
So it's not recommended. But
you did it.
Hindi nga. Ang tinitingnan nga naman is bakit natin meron nga siyang accomplishment. Meron siyang physical accomplishment. Yung nga sinabi ko kanina, basta walang kikyak. Nobody would talk about it.
Hindi ko nakiday nga antidit kaday at least nga iri kwa manon. Tay actually kaday proposal ko the beginning di nga. The antidit mo day kas lang ay you take the past as a practice. Usarum di as a background ngam if kwa madi manon the procedure kasla i-aramid mo manon adi day process na tata. Tapno may consider day actually day ko na mga may antidit nga day kom siguro kat day makuan lang. Day mapirmaan nga kasla inaramid mo idi nga mabalin. So day ko na mga kwade. Day kasla ngay i-research mo no research mo ma.
It's like redo it again.
Redoing. Iri tapno ngay makuangam at least adanti kwam ijay. Inaramid mo nga talaga di adati ko. So mabalin nga ikaw ada.
Ijay experiences mo, and I credit you for, I mean, I really admire you for this.
Jay.
Resiliency number 1. I don't know, maraming tao
Very
sa...
ko siya eh. Very safe eh.
Maraming tao sa Mankayan ang, I don't know, medyo hindi nila nagiget ang humor mo. But then, in terms of, no, magawid ako liting ikata, pagkikitan ni Manong Ryan. Because for sure, nagkatawa na mo kadok, iso na ako na. And then, looking at the experiences you have, ada nga jay ibagbagam kanyak jay when it comes to promotion nga katada jay ibagbagam kanyak kanya diyan, it's a destiny. Do you still believe it? It's a destiny, and coupled with hard work.
Maning san kat kaslakas jay day. No, although they coupled with hard work nga ko na.
Right.
Tayo maning san kat although aramidem ti kabaalam. Although you think nga you are supposedly the one to be chosen. And yet
it's not your destiny.
It's not your destiny. Dahil kas lang ay actually the assessment, di ba? And sometimes no gamin kanya ka, no gap apply, I have to assess myself.
Yes, we did it to him. Hindi ko nga ikat napanin dyan district office kat binikas lang nga, rirang kasama lang bikas kasama.
And at the same time, at the ko, and siyempre with the memorandum, ikaw medyo kitam ti nagkurangam, kitam ti kwa, medyo mo na nasipot ka nga, kitam day possible nga kwa before you isalang, day kwa.
Tapnon nga kapabayin lang.
The tendency na katlakas. Kat no, kitam no maningsan. But in everything kat kwa nga, you thought that you have been, kwa nga, na-down ka. But han mo't gayam, ada gayam ti gapuna.
Yeah.
Dagayam tiga po na no apay nga kasjay because you are not maybe for that, maybe for others para kanya nang madagayam ti murngay nga kasala dayo mang mangyari man pay dito nga no panpanonoton hot ranking dito the same memorandum apay nga apan ijay division ket bumaba anya tios usarenda aya nga memo ijay division compared to usarenda dito yung district.
Yeah.
The same kwa, they are principal dito yung district. Ijay nga tumat, they are supervisors.
Yes.
But no panonotin, the same memo.
Same memo.
How come na dagitoy the head of office nga they have different understanding, ijay may salang nga memo.
So it's whoever have the higher authority will win the interpretation of the memo. So whoever has the higher authority, because no memo ko naman ikat, it's all about interpretation siguro.
When adi nga no panpanonotem ket kasla kasyay, kasla ngay nga pa iso nga no makan ijay ket ag change. Anya nga iti what is the use of having a ranking ijay lower part no apang kay ijay ket ag padpada man although adaman ti ma-overlook da.
Yeah.
Iso ko lang ko mati i-check da di ay no kasparigan kwa because if we'll kwa nina no maningsan nga ikot kwa no sikati may isang kasparigan I'm trying to kwa na put myself nga sikati agurang di ba tikitaom kot jay ngumatuan day may isang applicant ikwam amin kanya da you have to do it nga pare-parehas nga pare-parehas day panag ranking mo no anya lakit din day ko na no mabalin tapno maala na day nga points at least agpapadamin ti points da parehas amin na day ko data once nga in-consider mo gamin day maysa katahan mo in-consider day maysa i-jack up mo day maysa once nga jack up mo gamin day maysa or reconsider or consider mo day maysa automatic nga i-down mo day maysa dingi so nga naman insan kat
you reconsider one applicant you have to reconsider all of it
makaslakas jay lang ko ma ti kwada iso nga depende yan no maningsan day nakatugaw ijay no which day nakatugaw nga mismo nga agkakada hid ngay nga Kwa. So ano pananutan ko.
But as you said, everything happens for a reason.
No maningsan kat we believe nga there's really someone nga ko
The hand of the Almighty.
guiding and handling everything to put every kwan nga in their
The right place.
Right place da nga kutay kita. Ay sitwasyon ko pareho kami nga agpay so amin tatan nagkakuha kami amin. Hindi nakit kita mo pareho mo lang magyanti trabaho.
At nga to pa yung sweldo niya.
Mana na. Ako ti man sweldo da nakote ko da ikakote ulang ti no ranking naman isang sakit kitam ko.
Ano, siguro tinasakit ijay. Kat inbabada ti points mo kas pangarigan. Walang walang feedback.
Are you allowed to contest? Are you allowed to contest?
Yes, everyone has are allowed.
That's the right,
Napanak ijay actually. Nikikwak ijay. There was a time nga nikikwak pa ijay nga at that time gabi nga nagpayab dapi man to explain jay ranking. Nagkataon nga siya ti ICT jay school and we have to receive something. Tihang ko ang kursunada ngayon baga na ijay des tayo lang hanuli.
Yeah.
Di kwa ko kursunada ijay anya ti na barbarulkin ka dahil promotion mo or dahil ta trabaho mo.
So, ibig sabihin, you're allowed to complain but you suffer the consequences.
So nga at
It's
that
what I
time
saw.
to the extent pa nga kung nada kanya at that time nga you wait for us apay gamin nga kwa you know that our time is importante day oras da but kwa ni speak with the kwa da explain everything. Iso nga yung bagak man ijay nga apay jay may mo nga idikat in consider da tatangat kwa wala atag suksukat nimin ag suksukat timi mo.
But looking at it, when you contested the thing, adabati, do you see some errors that you did or mistakes in terms of when you in terms of communicating, mga ganon, is there any mistake that you did
In my
in
part,
terms of approaching them? Yeah.
maybe until at the time that you are in a high level of anger or in a high level of
you're emotional.
trying or you're in emotional
State.
situation or stage. So, a tendency kat makasao ka. They are professional. They know what you are fighting for. They already know it that you're apang kaijay. Bible dati memorandum. So they know that I just don't know. I just kwan amuda ti kuano apay nga dak ijay mat daday ko na nga kwang or they have to fight for their decision.
Yeah.
Iso nga amuda mat lang. So day kwan na di ay kat ag respect ngay kin kada inaramid mo as fighting for your right. Naman saan kat dapat kumakat amin nga teachers kat kadya they have to fight as long as they know.
Yeah. As long as you know that you're in the right. Yes. Yeah.
But with respect piman.
Well,
Baka at that time ngay piman kat kas kunak or they emotion tayo kat may kat tayo basit de respeto.
Yes, you have to, especially well, looking at my experience, so we all know the story. My point there is it's my right also, right? It's my right to ask question. It is my right to reconfirm what was told to me. So hindi naman siguro masama yun. Asking question or contesting a decision is not,
Especially if you
it's
did
not a mortal sin.
especially if you did with papers.
Yeah. And
What it will become a mortal sin if you're just complaining
Without
without
basis.
basis and
Yeah.
and not formally.
Uh-huh.
But if you are just asking question formally in papers, then it should be entertained
no.
well enough.
Namatkit di ay nangyari. nga panak ijay so that nang isit. So at the same time, ti kwak lang ijay after they sitting at after we talk about it, anak nga na satisfied then I make a letter. Of course, I base it from the memorandum. That there was a feedback nga nalpasan and yet you are doing it. Emos today ko na nga it's not formal nga awan mo ti later ti complain, awan mo ti later ti kwa. Namtihan ko ako so na day inaksyon nanda nga dagos jay ko. Inaksyon nanda nga dagos jay complain day daduma na without a formal letter at the same time day tao pay nga nagkuhan nga isunat complain. They cut kwaday jay nga which is kwadi if you are going to consider the process gani kwadi ay isu di ko namon nga di nga kwadi ay init di consider it.
Do you ever
so there was a time when the authority itself put iso nang tawag just to talk to me
pacify things like that,
just to pacify the situation. But
do you ever regret doing that? No.
I just I don't know. I just considered it as a
learning experience.
Learning experience at the same time. It's my nature to fight for my right. So every time nga
it's a very good nature.
and ang kung nga may kuno maningsan nga panang awat ko if in case nga I thought nga I am right but on the way kat makita nga siya kayam ti problema kanya nga to accept adi nga kuha nga no naramid mo kat awan ti nangyari and yet you are kuha tayo nga rod kat jay satisfaction nga satisfaction iday ko ta iso nga day iso day ikwak naman ng isan tatta nga kuha kat ay ma part of kuha ranking committee kat jay we have to satisfy every applicant. Don't just adjust if there are no basis.
Yes.
Once nga nag-ibaga kay jay nga consider day papel na you have to show jay memorandum nga basis mo di ay tapno masatisfy da oray no bumaba da oray no last da at least they are satisfied.
They know the reason, right? Tama.
Naabakak piman. Dahil lang ngay, just simply ranking is good if every applicant is satisfied. Patay, di ko na mga anya nga iman nga kuha nga di kasla dito yung nagrankan na dito ko lalo. Idikit kitak dagi dahil dakwa dati man. Kat adamot gayam ti plus na di ay pinlasak. Iso data at least no kuha ka ti 3 months or kuha nga iti MSB. Another plus di ay experience mo gayam. Iso nga ing kwak di ay kastoy plusan tayo dahil ta. The other ranking committee kat apay nga din I show them dahil kwa day memorandum kastoy. That's the tipan nakaawat ko. Then nag-agree kami matso. Kahit na nga sawan, good. Iso nga, awan ti kwa. Awan ti problema. Awan high school. Imay iso ay nagkwa iso na. Nag-apply. Iti elementary. Showing all his papers. Nagmamayat dagi day training nights related to teaching in kwan. And we are in indigene kwa nga ito. Iso nga, tiusarin tayo day mimo para indigene.
Yes,
we say considered certificate related to indigene IP. Indigenous people. Iso nga uray no 5 days or 10 days na ijay certain for example research. Katahat man nga consider di jay unless no apan iso na ijay Manila i-consider na nga naka-perfect ijay iso nga rod nga
city
right? Sabali ti ranking iti teacher applicant para ti IP sabali ti ranking da para di natural.
Because I observed that one ijay Bagyo medyo kaya sabali awan ti indigent sabali tirang no in term of kwa isong kita karon nga ikat kasla nga no i-base ko jay ranking ni bakat ko ni siya nga to nga dayo ti points nang siya tamas na rigrigat jay ko na ti city on
santo di ay kita mabalin nga isabay mo di ay no day tao kutan na nga ingkwa day indigene na awan ti points na nga ijay indigene ngam no kitam day certificate na although not related to indigene ikatemon day pagka indigene ngam i-consider mo day certificate na kasi there's a there's no certification nga iso nakot indigene. Iso nga mabalin lata nga o sa remote day. May sa kasla in mix mo lang ngam day flu na kat kwa santo na awata na.
Bottom line, you have to, as a ranking committee, you have to convene among yourselves, and then you have to have one interpretation of the ranking guidelines.
Actually, tahan nga dapat ngayon interpret diya because the memo
Very
itself
clear
is
and concise.
very in loud diya.
It's
Maybe
clear and concise.
it is more clearer yung paunan niyang pasakali. You're a ranking officer. What you're looking is yung to give additional points or to give due points to the
Applicant.
not really to find faults.
Yeah. Tama. Yes.
Your job there is to give points to whatever
Not to give credit, not to discredit.
to give credit, not to discredit. Yes.
Unless if there's you could give the discredit if there will be an appeal.
Yeah.
At the same time, the appeal it's proven.
And it is very obvious
It's
na
very clear
it's
nga.
not
It's glaring na hindi tama.
Of course you remove, but then
Tayo no agwa ka actually kit just to see the papers. Ngam wait. Dahil naman yung san authenticity ti papel nga di ay you have to wait if there is an appeal from other
Applicants. Yeah.
because you could not prove.
this is a question being a ranking officer. Is it nice to keep or to put the documents in secrecy, or it is nice to open the document in front of the applicants?
No, bakit that is already you are already favoring something if you are going to do that. Kasi yes, you have to be open and be kwan ijay other, but you have to set a date for submission. Isit mo nga date the submission of the papers. Tayo naman yung Sunday nangisitang ti submission depende day panang paspas da panang aramid. At the same time they papel kat it's already sworn nga kasla na pirmaan na kwan. You have no right to question nga tay once nga numaningsan nga all the question ang basit numaningsan di ay kat dagiti certificate given day kakakwam ijay day institution uno day kwa nga nangitud iso nga it's there adda kanya dadi ayon awan nga ti kwam when kasla or day damo nga as long as it's there ag paper base ka pa you have to do it a paper base because as a ranking committee hang nga mabalin nga apan nagkum-complain the other applicants will complain unless no naglatakan nga kwa because once you are complaining something jay as a ranking committee jay in so in you are that's an overheard kwa jay day ngay kaslan ngay you are trying to gather just to put her or put him down the applicant.
Are you trying to remind me some instances?
Kasla no kita mga gamitot no ranking committee kakot you have to may sangay ti panunot yung student ko ng
yes. You have to convene among yourselves. Yeah.
Don't make a problem nga it was not addressed.
Yes.
Ang kangay nga apod what is your you just rank, you just do your kwan, you just consider the authenticity of everything. No kaya't mo ngay kwa the authenticity, will you give me the kwan, the original, then consider it now. Han kapalang awan ngay ti kaslangay nga namaningsan nga rod ket kaslangay if you are trying to investigate something which it's not a part of your job.
It's really not a part of your job.
Although you have to
You're
see the
taking it
authenticity.
personal. Yeah, you're taking it personal.
Like pagkakuha ng so ano kakuha ko apay nga garamid ka pa lang ti problema mga noal alam ti your job is to rank. Awan mo team file lang
Your
kaso
job is to rank, not to investigate.
Awan mo team file lang kaso for you to investigate. You could only investigate something if there's a case.
And this conversation is brought to you by Bugnay Wine. Cheers. Great to see you, sir.
Kan kita ngay piman lagi day dadado matatakot kasi ngay. Kita kay lagi day school head tatakot very kuada nga. Very
Yeah, most of them are actually. And I
at least ngayon kanta nga kasla edi nga
yeah, that
Generation is changing, no?
there was a time before maybe naichismis lang, but when I try to with my own understanding kasla kasi nga at dati dadto mga permanente that is making an ranking at their own just to prove nga kasla nga that was before ngam tatakot ta idi ngay gamin kat kwa
they have the
Dagito
monopoly
idang
of knowledge. When tajay memo nga magapujay division
May maysa.
may maysa or isuda lang ti makamo.
yes
As compared today nga mabalin nga jay applicant ma-download na jay memo jay kwa
okay
which is yeah.
so no sikat chairman of the ranking committee and you have only aming inquam amin ide mabalin nga in whole mo dia just read it then mabalin nga ibagam ijay kayat mo nga mga ala then he prepared everything lagi day daddo mamatlang piman awanti they have no knowledge about the attachment of every papers. Here comes the ranking. Simpre iparwar mo day ranking sa kanto ikway day ranking committee, then it's already clear and loud nga kangay you favored someone.
Yeah.
Kas lang ay tay simpre handa nga amo piman adda kanya daday papel but they don't know the attachment. Santo at the same time today jay ngay kwatatan jay ranking kat han nga basta-basta ngay day papel mo nga i-attach mo han nga kahit na nga sa uno talaga nga pang first page lang han mo nga maikarga ijay last. Masapol ngay na you have to arrange it by category and by the uses nga ma-points na.
Yeah.
Not like iso nga once nga day letter A for example is about education but awan in kargam ijay nga day education mo ngam na isapit mo ijay likod day manon attendance kat
They will
they will not consider it kasi awan iso na ijay first so di mostly day ranking iti kwakot kasi day wrong parking iti papel day ranking nga iti ranking ti master teacher buwan
master teacher, yes. You're talking about
day kwata isang nga mostly kat may kasi wrong word iti
very strict
yeah, certifications, yes.
so, wrong word actually the certification it should not be coming from the teacher itself sa signan lang it should be by the principal so that amuna no anya dagiday words nga isurat na ijay the word very satisfactory consistently kat adda gayam ni day kuana day maikuana it has a meaning it has aqua but sometimes nga kat we take it as a common nga common
basta
word
certificate basta certificate ita
when adda gayam dagiday nga consideration iti wordings
ay talaga nga kutuan da for master teachers.
Well, di ay lang kat i-kwada di ay. Even the words nga not a part of your teaching load. Kasla kasi i-consider da nga isong ano panonoton. Kasla nga talaga nga a battle of paperwork ngayon nga day accomplishment that is actually an accomplishment
pero ang nangyayari no ang very nakakatawa yung teacher yung gagawa ng certificate
yeah I saw that
tapos papirma lang
yeah. And the thing is, it's okay siguro. I would say, that's it's not a big deal to create your own certificate. The thing is, if you sign it, you have to make sure. Lani ko ni and shout out kay ka, and I love him so much. Sir Abdon Koschan. No adati pa ako kaniso na pasahin ko kaniso na basaan na pay. Tapos no kangay so katam na. So there is it's okay siguro, it's not a big deal if you're the one who is creating it because you have the knowledge on how to create it. But then if it goes to the signature for the people who will sign it, masaan pa imot Dengar, cite ko ng example ni Sir Christian. hana nga basa hana nga kuan dita hana nga pirma na ta gana na basa na pa ya tapos istorya na kas kung kompromiya kaya sini aga sukatan na
at least makita mo talaga something thinking ko kan ada ti basis na isang so the experience na nakaadal mo there was a time na nagkidan sa mo jay duwa ang kuha mo sa bali nga area sa parehas pa lang time in the hair camp at iso na pa lang ti ranking committee how kasano nga points na natin man kat duwa damat they have all the they have all the sides, they have all the accomplishment report, action, pictures, and so on. Kompleto, kat duwada. Jay lang, nga siputan kat jay dit, naggidan na gayam nga may sa gayam tinagtrabahuan da. How come nga duwada nga chairman? Ini kuang ada with his signature as
so it still prevails nga mas may mayat nga isudati ag-aramid dati na laing agkas jay baka ka di man sika jay may sama
kan natin gamin kat isuda dapat gitu ti designation at the same time that certificate of panunutin man, the word appreciation is your appreciating the work the teacher mo.
Yeah, exactly.
And here comes the teacher preparing a certificate of
appreciating himself. Appreciating himself. That is well anyway, yung sa akin nga is talagang there's no big deal about it as long as you're signing it, you're affixing your signature there. See to it na yung sinainan mo na papel is usable.
In conformity with
by the way, because they're the only one who knows
by the way the regulation stipulating yung mga exact words it's very old, it's a Marcos era
because the master the guidelines for master teacher is nung nakita ko ngayon MEX
that's the Ministry of Education
which is I don't know what palagay mo is does not need change right now or
may just kasi no panunod at maybe dagay gabit na gidayda mimo nga it's already as long as awan nga gaminti ng sukat ng over koida that term na ida ko lang ng supersede ida nga mimo it is still applicable so naman ning san nagidayda duman handa nga yung supersede because they should have tiagar aramid so they think it's still applicable no maninsan day lang kitak ti competition tatati ranking competition mo ti kwakot the more knowledgeable the school head mo the more nga tendency day the teachers na because the school head na kat knowledgeable about the paperworks about say so documentation so mabalin nga site iso na giving an example tapno ngay makuan day teacher na here comes the other people nga ngam depende gamin the school head di no irwarda wano haan kasi the competition a competition of considered a competition of school head because once nga day may sakit kayat na of course once nga dati na i-promote nga teacher mo it's your credit mo lang king ka
does that reflect on your office
reflect mo king ka itatan no may kwakwa di so agkinkinwada ngay na damor nga documentation kat anday jay damor nga matulungam jay teacher mo nga ngumato damor mag-reflect king ka sa points kasla jay so no kitam ti ranking tatakot at least tataman kidi makita mo nga ngam there are not all there's only few that there are some mga maning sangkot they are very considerate in the teacher da the others are very strict in the teacher da during promotion or during the ranking adanti kway jay adanti makita mo nga they very considerate at tendency na kat the teacher na well signature dagiday papers la the other hand, the hanon nga strict han nga will because is maybe legal or trying
Siya lang by the book.
With proof with the kwan day may samat kat considered only one proof day may sakot talomat nga proof ti kayat na day tendency na ngay kat ko han mon nga makway jay day talagang accomplishment day may
yung isa ang consider is minimum. Yung isa dapat maximum.
Day ngayon isong maning sankot ko isong ranking dapi man. Actually, the papers that I've been reading ngayon, diba, pasak dagiday dadaduma because dagiday ngayon, there was a time nga inalak ngay dagiday da papel ko. I am trying to scan it. Adda dagiday daduma nga just as long as adda day word ichay, in as long as adda dagiday word nga accomplishment report at the same time ko. But actually the highlight kas lang ay not considered nga ko basta adda lang ichay kat apay nga di considered it dahil piman may isang nga nag-istorya iti highlight na nga really highlight of the project na nga inaramid na kot apay nga yung kwadaw gapulang ijay number 4
in the morning the grass the green grass grow so there needs a cutting of the grass.
Dahil mat kidi no highlight mat kidi dahil main point ngam no panonotan
dito highlight yung project na
iso nga no kitan ngot ay sus it's really kwan so talaga ti kwan of ranking basahan na not only choosing the word no the word but the content na talagang
you have to really understand in going to a battle you have to really understand what's going on. Going to a ranking you have to really understand the ins and outs. I know human intervention like yung dependency sa mood ng school head mo will affect. But if you're really maybe knowledgeable of where you're going in, what you're doing, and saan mo dinadala yung sarili mo, baka it helps a little. At the same time, I like the attitude of you really have to question everything if you're not satisfied. Tama, di ba?
Once nga you're not
wala namang masama doon.
Wala namang masama. As long as you do it in
do it in a nice way.
Not to the extent nga si kamot yung tiyag ungot pi manijay ko akot medyo.
Do it in a nice way, kissing their butts. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Dati pa tayo di ay but diferensya lang kanya tayo. There are some people nga dangay ti attitude tayo nga we thought we are doing the nice way. In a nice way.
It did not reflect.
But they impact
the receiving
person kat agkin nun tra kayo matgayam ti amom gayam kat aramidon tinasayat ti day matgayam kasang ko insulto. So
yeah, that can be cured through conversation. Jay lakas tingin nga. May kamanta agkapita. Say example jay kung kunam ini nga when you were the president of the SSG and BSU. Kanayon kayong magkakontra ko ni Ma'am who's that mathematician professor.
Edna Choa.
Yeah. Hello madam. And then at the end ngay kat awisan ta ka nga apan tayo agkapi.
Ija Inglay. Inglay restaurant.
So there's
there's a conversation and then they
trying to
they might talk about disagreements. And
to
then
fill the gap.
Yes, to understand each other.
Edna Chua is actually a very strict mathematician teacher, mathematics teacher, no? No.
Kababaan ng grade ko.
Correct. The lowest grade I have. And student affairs office.
Thank you, sir.
Director.
No, naman ang tamati ko.
Every time you as a student body representative, you cite the concern of the student. Iso na mo, administrative iso na.
Yeah. So she is looking rather the ability.
So dati kontra talaga ti interest.
Yes, exactly.
At the end of the day,
dati kontra ti interest no kwa. No, there is what we call the Adda nga jay kaslahan nga kinuan if there are hidden agenda kasi no one hidden agenda ko it goes with it kasi administrative issue na
You're following the rules.
da ko mati mayat ko mati flow na nga mada siguro consider it a hidden agenda or a personal call siguro
Pero hindi nawawala ang disagreement.
Depende no personal base no situation base jay problem Mas lakas jay siguro diya.
The thing I like is the Igorot kunana at the end nga after that after the meeting
This table coffee
conference
conference.
afterwards nga ikat ayaw ba na tagkapi na pa
And by the way, when we go to that coffee date, coffee session, we do not talk about
what happened after the meeting. During the meeting.
We just talk about life.
Yeah. And at least doing that, you are understanding where the other person is coming from. Right?
Yes. That's actually the
Dati kong kunak nga that it is the cure to disagreement. You have to understand where the other person is coming from, and it goes both ways. The other person must understand where the other person is coming from. Tapno that the understanding, and then disagreement will be cured if both of you will look at the guidelines and talk about it.
At the same time, at that time, you are you are a student in his a professional so si kas lang ay nakuha na diya yun nga talagang I have to unbuy have a table coffee just to go in there just to fix everything.
Lumalagablab sa prinsipyo.
Baka day prinsipyo kontra day prinsipyo na isong
prinsipyo
alangan nga si kamot tiyag pakapi. At that time amo na nga iso nati agkokwa da kayo ko iso nga di gusto magpiman nito picture mo nga talaga although there are some talaga nga iso na piman ko ti make something kasla coffee man.
We've talked a lot about education. Let's try to talk about politics a little bit. What is your view of the current leadership of our town?
You mean the current?
Yeah. I mean, let's just talk about the past. Let's talk about the current. These are personal views, and nobody will view it. So let's just talk about it.
In terms of what?
Everything. It's leadership, things like that.
In terms of politics. During the time of let us see kampanya ka pa lang. You have to say
A lot of things.
either indirect or a direct. Nga when you will be to be selected as one. Apang kay jay dorda, knock the door and try to ask their problems.
Problems.
Yes, when you will be elected to ask their problem and try to address it. You really show that you care. But although not considered bad, but when you are already there, you try to insinuate to your constituent nga you don't know the problem because they don't tell the problem. You try to conceptualize that situation.
Analyze.
And try to analyze. As lang ay you are trying to say that every person that I will go, I will talk to them, I will be someone who really nga agibagano nyat kasapulan and we will try to combine and come up with a solution.
Yeah.
Then here comes
When you're in power.
you are now on that position. You try to sing I don't know the problem. There is a
disconnect.
There is already disconnection at that case. Yan pasla pasjay. Although we know nga day ngay naiatang king ka as someone considered the leader ko very because you're a public figure, right? Every move, every nga aramidem but there is always a question.
Yes.
There is always a question. At dadagay namang question kin ka apay ngay naramid na diya. But you have also the reason. And Inaramid ko di ay kastoy-kastoy, but maybe do it in kwan ngay tay sometimes kat you are already there, you have the power. Yun, kaslangay no, wan panunutok na sitwasyon tatakot. Very kwa ngay, at the moment kat very nagmayat ngay, di kwada, the slogan itself is something kasla that we heard and we hear, just simply hearing it in just kwa, that's very kwan, but in contrary, I just came to the situation nga, kwa gayam, we heard, Ostopi man gayam day nga, we heard, day lang manggda.
They heard.
Wan. How about ngay day makikita da? How about ngay day mapanpanunot da nga possible? So nga day ngay kwa, day since day ngay kot hanggang years lang, nuwan niya timangog da, they will akon it. Kasano ngay day makita da? No, yeah, just kas lang ay nga kakuan tayo lang kasano nga day mapanunot da, kasano nga day maangot da.
That's the comedy brilliance of Sarnayan.
Kasano nga day maangot da, because we have to use our senses, not only day kung nga tayo nokit-kitak naman yung sankot. We heard.
So there's something wrong with the slogan? we sense.
No. The slogan is very clear and loud. But I day panang kwak ijay heard. But it's not only about ears. I thought akot they heard once you have eyes also kot nakitam, that's a part of I heard. They naibaga, not only they may baga, no, they naangot mo, they na feel mo, it's a part of kuwangay. I came to, hindi bumay bayagan, sakto maawatan nga. Tama pala, the slogan is really kwan, but the slogan na talaga nga day iso nga day term nga handamat nga ibaga kanyak. How will I address or how will I react on that matter? Tay ngord piman they sense ngord piman kot they hearing. Iso nga may mayat gayam nga kwaya. Kung amuay no niya ti mayat no heard.
We sense.
We heard and we heard.
We
We heard, we sense, we see.
No.
Talaga nga kwa nga ron nga kaslang nga no panunutom kat talaga nga I was kwa na naman ingsan ko kasla dagi day term da nga they are nagtungtong da amin kandi agreed on the situation. Do you think I'm just at a simple situation, a certain situation.
Yeah.
At that time, iti ko nga di what do you call that? ECQ. Do you think they buys me or me dagiday others because they say they convene before they do the announcement or pronouncement of something.
Yeah.
Sa danto yung pronounce nga golf da for constituent. Santo gayam day ag golf but the others are coming from Baguio. Do you think there is kwan ijay nagtutungtong da nga rod amin ijay to come up with that announcement?
Yeah.
Something nga no maningsan kot day ko ibagbaga tayo but the people already concluded that there's something wrong.
Especially if you restrict the local population.
Yeah.
You restrict the local population, then you invite
The other.
outer, you invite non-voters of Mankayan. And then you allow them to do something that you restrict to the local population. Of course, you will anger the local population.
I understand the plight. Like what you said. I don't know if maybe there's an understanding of how big the responsibility of holding that position. There was an understanding of that. The person is bright, but the thing is, he didn't foresee that there are some other things that needs to be considered. At the same time, I understand that maybe there's a good reason behind why people do that. And we're back sa ating
Shot ka man.
no. Cheers natin. Ano, no, we're back. Maraming tawag si Sir Ryan, kaya yung magbakta tayo. Nalipat ako. He has, I mean, let's just say that
Good sides.
going to that position entails a lot of things, and he has to pay attention to a lot of things. That's the reason why yun siguro yung sinasabi na you have to come to me to listen. One more thing is that there was a designated person in charge of us, especially in our care, caring for us. I would say I would put the blame on that person.
As you mean education?
Yeah, in the education, I would put the blame on that person for not looking at the plight of the education sector. I would say that. And we're back. Our video dropped. What I'm trying to say here is that, like what I said a while back, the position has a lot of things to consider, things to pay attention to. At the same time, there was a designated person who is in charge of us. The thing is, I would put the blame on that person for not having or not convening with our sector to see what's going on.
No, it's like this.
And I would say what you're saying is that maybe the thing that is a violation. But the thing is, maybe there's a good reason behind.
Yes,
Yeah,
and everything
maybe.
with good reason
Let's just put it
behind
that way.
for
Yeah.
the chosen one. Maybe for one.
Or you choose. Yeah. And you continue what you're saying, and I'll just check the video, okay? You continue.
When we deal with restricting people, you will be expecting too much reaction.
Tama.
But then if the people will understand that if everybody is restricted, they will understand you as a leader.
They will follow.
But again, if you consider someone and you do not the others, of course, as what Ryan is saying, we see, sometimes we hear, but we did not smell.
And if there's a restriction, there must automatic nga there's no consideration. Because once nga nag-consider ka, the restriction is no longer
Valid.
At the same time, there is a what we call the slippery slope. Yeah. Once tama yun. There's the slippery slope that once you consider someone to do these things, they're excused. They're excluded from the guidelines. That is a slippery slope. Others will soon complain. Tama yun.
Actually, natural ngay ada ngay gumatit term rather than saying complain, question, or trying to question the restriction once ngayon consider mo day one. But actually, although directly complaining, but you're just simply questioning the nga ro mangyari. No panunutan we are not still they thinking maybe capacity, the knowledge na, but we are not comparing we are brighter or whatever. We know
We're just
guts. They have the guts because they are chosen. They are already in that.
We're just questioning the decision, which is something, yun lang siguro. What else can we say about the leadership climate?
It's like this, I do not know, but I think he is overshadowed of his plan to go to higher office. Because during the election, he utterly, well, accordingly, allegedly, plans to go to a provincial post and to give him a chance to parang stepping stone here in Mankayan. In that, the way he created his
legacy.
his campaign machinery. It's not for municipal base. I know a relative of mine is under his machinery. The machinery they have created is not, or maybe not, but it's less proper here in Mankayan.
Less applicable?
Less applicable, yes. Less applicable, because I am speaking of the information, or propagandist na. Everything that he is doing, pati samot pa nagkakan na i-record. Pati pa nagsubo na i-record. That is actually,
but that would be a very good strategy.
it's a very good strategy, but not on the culture of Imangkayan. I think so. Let's wait and see.
Let me play the devil's advocate here. Don't you think that the what we call the politics culture of Mankayan is changing, that will be embraced by Mankayan?
It will be embraced, but I think it's not yet on this time.
Not yet on this time.
Okay. A lot of people that, especially here, they are actually reacting.
Okay.
It's overemphasizing, it's too much, nakakaumay na, the things like that.
So would you say the same to our Congress representative?
Well,
it's not, anyway, acceptable kasi hindi siya taga rito.
yes.
Yeah.
And one more thing, it's in a larger scale.
Okay. Yeah.
We are speaking of the conservative Imangkayan pa lang. So I think the propagandist will be effective when he will be bidding for governorship. But if he will be bidding for Imangkayan, I think maybe it's not an advantageous in his side.
Let's go to the positive changes.
No, what I mean kasi in term of through observation. The term ni Sir nga dating it might be they will embrace. But for me, it's already embraced. But during the process, adang iti untimement because of the improper maybe improper language or improper content or improper technicalities of the advocacy.
Okay.
Yes.
If you try to see the trends iti response.
Oh yes, correct.
From the
And those responses are coming from one or two individual only. I'm observing it
today.
Yes.
But before they're responding. Everyone is responding. They are actually about 1,000 or about 500. Then here comes nga kasla ngay day ko nga day panang arakop da idi kasla ngay mawar-war ngay.
Okay.
There's they should do see day ko ngay see day lapses no. What anya ba ti I'm not trying to advise them because they are advisor.
No, but what I want to know here is, was there a positive change that happened?
In terms of
previous administration.
In terms of comparing it to other, because that's how we benchmark. We compare it to the previous, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So what are the positive things that happened? Wow. Wait.
In terms of project,
Yeah.
I consider that this really a positive change.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not considered it as a coming from the, I will not credit it in the low in this con. I will credit it in the upper Congress.
Okay.
Because of the fund coming the from. If we are going to base from the news, we don't know if that is real or not. Before it's only about 6 billion. Then here comes about 20. So there's really a lot of project distributed with the different areas.
Strategically distributed, you say?
Maybe a tendency man because their engineering
Yeah.
is maybe and kasi if you're looking on the spot okay lang it's good. But there are some project ngayon I don't know. No, I'll consider DJ ayan me nga instead nga they will anya bati una if you are if you are a simple anya yun una mga simintuin sakbay nga simintuin jay kanal for example jay bababa or jay ngato there will be a good flow of water. Okay, anya ngay kumati simintuin so most likely yun unam jay ngato di ba? Tapno tendency na ituloy mo. Okay nga imun ona day baba that will be something wrong ngay maybe a part of foundation na siguro but I don't know they in term of engineering
maybe you cannot blame him but blame the engineer. But for me also it's like this. We cannot actually compare because of the pandemic.
Okay.
Not unless we have an officer pandemic noong 1900s.
So
we cannot
really
actually directly compare no to the immediate the previous And then my point here is that I made an initiative of looking the votes last election.
Okay.
And I saw the programs or maybe projects of the barangays on the less vote they received. Parang na-be behind sa...
Does it coincide with the percentage of votes?
I believe it's so. Yeah, like something like that. But then, again, maybe directly...
Maybe that's just you looking for a conspiracy. Let's just put
maybe, and maybe directly affected to circumstances
because
due
of
to
the pandemic, right? Yeah.
And then, strategy-wise, siguro, it could help him for a re-election. But that is an observation that I share with others.
I see. Okay. Let's go national. I read the news a while back na Duterte will be running for vice president. Would that be agreeable to your taste? Good.
In the urban areas, maybe Duterte is losing taste. But then, when you go to rural areas, I believe Duterte is still strong.
Is it?
Because of the changes he was able to implement during his term. Not only the infrastructure, but also administratively. Like, for example, MOOE.
Minabawasan mo ito?
Ang dapat na yun.
It is increasing.
Is it?
And comparing to the 3 administration
before him,
malaki ang increase ng MOOE.
Oh,
Parte ko ang pinipayanihan guys.
Anyway, during his term, and then one more thing, ayuda. Marami ang nagrereklamo sa ayuda, but then, if you see how many presidents that the Philippines have, siya lang atang may presidenteng nagbigay ng ayuda eh.
Because of the pandemic.
Yes, but
meron namang ayuda si Gloria, yung for peace.
Year in, year out, na meron tayong mga bagyo. But then today, I think nobody will complain that they have received
Is that
such ayuda.
Yeah. But the apayhan nga distasteful that parang linalaro mo na yung position. Coming from the highest position and then you go a little bit down just to hold power. Parang that's my view.
No, for me it's not. Because he's not holding power as a vice president.
Yeah, he's just
He's a decorative officer
he's
actually.
just a decorative. All of the vice actually of the government of the Philippines are decorative.
No. Because vice
They
mayor
are next in
example.
line, yeah.
No, vice mayor example, meron siyang function.
It can be held by the council.
No.
The function can be held by the council.
Yes, pero ang main function niya is to preside
Yeah, but that
sa
was,
meeting ng
that was
council.
that was given to them so that they can have function.
Yes, but then sa president, walang function siya. Yung only function ng vice president is to wait for the president
next
to
in line.
die or to resign.
Yes, exactly. But then all of the vice are decorative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
But then it's like are you trying what?
no.
to do?
Because
Because if
it's unusual.
Mm.
The term is it's unusual for a president to go
below, right?
below
Yeah.
vice president
Vice president.
in the entire world. It's unusual actually. But if you will be looking on the constitution, ano bang trabaho ng vice president? Wala,
Next in line.
di ba? Maybe
Nohan nga may nohan nga may kanti cabinet na
wala.
wala
And
talaga.
actually, I do not agree that the vice president will be holding a cabinet.
President.
Especially if they are in the Philippines, the president and the vice president does
Sometimes
not
don't belong to the same
the
party.
same party, because for me the work of the vice president is to support
The president.
the president.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be, but then we have a different, political system here that make it complicated.
Yeah. It is really complicated.
And maybe looking at how Duterte handles things, maybe he will be pointing out that when he becomes a vice president, whoever wins as a president, he is just there to
Wait, just in case.
wait. Not talk, actually. Not to
I
react.
don't believe not talk. I don't believe in terms of not talking, I would not believe that.
Kasi ti
Tirada na dito.
politics, if we are trying to see the lineup, a possible lineup or possible president, maybe the anak mga ni Sarah.
Yeah.
Then here comes mabalin siguro magtaray ni Marcos.
Yeah.
Actually,
Then,
he is a contender.
then here comes maybe
Lacson.
ante pa nga mo, maybe Lacson.
No, actually, Lacson is already there. Already decided.
Deny.
Here we come. Then they ni President Duterte trying
Idagdag mo
to...
naman yung paborito ko doon.
Sino?
Pacquiao.
Oh. Okay. Then here we come ni President trying to move down ni Jay Vice President. Then if we try to see the na piman ko na ka. Because I really in term of the dynasty ako na that I will not agree. But in term iti gamin, we don't know ita is already matured lakayan dia has the wisdom no maning san but usuday ko na nga the vice president must stand katap para ide president.
Yeah.
No, in case nga ni anak na ti mga bak, good, maybe there is a very good communication, but the power will be
Still.
the power ko ada kanya na at the same time there is no maybe there will be a good communication ng the power kat iso na nata. In term the other mot no in case nga ni Marcos maybe agko iso nati as a a vice president kasi we are trying to compare nga itata nga there is a imbis nga the vice president will support the president nagbinaligtad mo he try to criticize the president then here come the president criticizing also the vice president so there is no actually there's no what we call the position ngay nga amayat kuma.
Onti unison da.
So ano panpanuno tumaykat kaslangay no agtaray man iso na kat inkis nga mapag-asatan. No inkis nga nilakson na tendency naman there will be we don't know.
May pasaring-pasaring na.
Magkataon nga
Doon
kasi
magaling
ni
si Lacson,
Marcos mabalin nga good siguro pa lang. Agkuada tay adamon tiko iso nga panay if the 30 kat trying to maybe in my trying to ipakita na that there must be a there must be a support from the vice president na from the president na kasangay kaslatata but in make it maybe you know they man niliturti kat I don't believe nga tara iso nga vice president maybe it's just it's just a strategy or a strategy nga
Because they're waiting for who's that? Bongo kani pa to run. But
talagang no kitak da situation kat kasla kasjay because you know the strategy da kaya bigay kat long term no long term strategy kat day nga win nga we are trying to come up with mga makita nga lagi the other senators other side senators nga kaslan nga agsasaudan nga their aim is to destroy nga kaslan nga their aim there's a time nga it's already nonsense the nga people all around the quad they already sensing it's really political propaganda nga just to destroy the black propaganda nga kunada isong ano panpanunutan kat the strategy na ngay kat something ngay hanto yung amo kung na lang di but I just don't believe nga he will run for vice president. Maybe they siguro ni Sara siguro na kuna naman iso na kwati president but
just
alangan nga ag-line up da
Or they're just making
an issue nga
they are just trying to make a path. Kasi no once gawin nga nag-declare kapi man ditakot ka they are making a path. I believe it will be for Bongbong Marcos they are making a path
for
Bongbong Marcos.
Kasla kita ti sitwasyon ko kasla kasi isong ano ka kataglaylo just before nga nagko iso na he's not running for president but he's already that his mouth is not in accordance with his action. Kuha nga will not run for a president here come nga ni nga last election sa ganito ibanat iso na so they tao ko nagkwada mo tin they among they takot ko lakay he's already how many quantity politics
more than 40 or because kasla kayo sumutin naklan and there's a wisdom that comes with age. Like what I say, you say, parang ni Manong Ryan. There's a wisdom that comes with his age. There's a wisdom that comes through your experience, and I am gaining those wisdom. I would say let's end it here. We have like 2 hours 19 minutes. So thank you so much for listening, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, Sir Ryan and Sir Irvin, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening. And before I close this podcast, I'd like to share this quote from Linda Lambert, and it says here, "A good conversation can shift directions of change forever." Thank you so much for listening, and continue listening. See you in the next episode.